Welcome to Classic Game Room, broadcasting from the very festive Intergalactic Space Arcade, where I'm reviewing Densetsu no Starfy in the legendary Starfy series on Game Boy Advance. What's not to like about a flying star underwater and a mug of beer? Enjoy. It's as if I shot this right after I filmed the Super Mario World intro. It's the legendary Starfy series, a truly delightful character and collection of games from Nintendo which has not seen many Western releases. This is the first game in the Starfy series, technically called Densetsu no Staffy, or Starfy, I guess. I'll just call it the legendary Starfy. A Japanese exclusive for the Game Boy Advance, which does work on Western Game Boy Advances, as well as the GameCube's Game Boy player. And while I'm unable to actually read any of the dialogue in this game, for the most part it's easy to figure out what's going on from the pictures, which are adorable. And the game directs you right into what you need to do next anyway, so it's a totally playable game even if you don't read Japanese. And if you enjoy games like the Kirby series, I think you'll love this one because it's really fun, very playable, and there's a good chance that you'll find Starfy and the other aquatic characters immensely likable. It has a very Japanese style, as you can tell, and I wonder if that's part of the reason Nintendo decided not to push the Starfy games over here, which is kind of a shame. In fact, it's really a shame, because this is a lot better than its obscurity would lead you to believe. It's a 2D action-adventure game, which is none too difficult. It's a relatively relaxing experience on the whole, where you're basically guiding Starfy through this adventure to get him back to the friggin' space castle or whatever that was. Helping friends along the way, like these things, who needed the fire eels to heat their bath or whatever that is. Stuff like this is what makes this game awesome. Well, this and the excellent gameplay. I'm sure a lot of Starfy is lost in the translation, but on the whole it's a very likable, colorful Game Boy Advance release from 2002. Now here's something that's always fun that more games should have. You have to bump the mermaids to save your game. Starfy has a bit of a Kirby feel, and you learn new tricks throughout the game, but it's not a Kirby game. It doesn't really play the same way, even though it has some similarities. And as you progress through the storyline, he'll learn new attacks and more powerful spins. Occasionally, you'll talk to your friend, Mr. Clam, or whatever his name is, who will give you words of wisdom that you won't be able to understand unless you read Japanese. Starfy travels anywhere, including the insides of a whale. You're scoring points along the way by collecting those black pearls, or whatever they are. Attacking numerous enemies quickly will score you some additional ones, and there's even these little mini-games scattered throughout. There's platforming sections and a lot of scenes where you navigate underwater labyrinths that have mines and eels and stuff. Frequently what you'll do is have to talk to one creature and deliver something else to them before a locked door opens. And it's not entirely clear, due to the language barrier, what it is you're supposed to do, but nothing is so spread out that you can't easily figure it out in a few minutes. It's mostly common sense. Like, obviously the talking crabs need to get the teddy bear from the fish with the giant perm, which magically turns into a cupcake that you then deliver to... I don't know what these things are, but watch what happens. It's science! Hooray! I've saved the ocean! Which then opens the final door for an end boss fight. That's how you clear the levels, and then it tallies up your score and adds a new friend to your underwater sea creature friend collection. You've got to hand it to the designers of this one. The music is really good. Also, there's a lot of loving attention to the backgrounds. It's a gorgeous game on the Game Boy Advance, which was sent to the show by our friend Felicity from, hopefully I pronounced this right, Worcestershire, England, who sent a massive collection of Japanese games. Wait till you see some of this stuff, including the first 3 Starfy games. So a big classic game room thank you to Felicity for introducing me to the Starfy series, as well as hopefully lots of other people. While you may have to import these games, they're not outrageously expensive, and they will play on whatever Game Boy Advance you have. I also like the packaging artwork and the art design of the entire thing. It's a very fun, addictive game. I'm looking forward to playing the other 2 on the Game Boy Advance. Good times underwater. Even if you've never heard of it, it's not too late to start enjoying the legendary Starfy.